to say, guys. I don't know what to say, but that if anyone listens to that 15-minute value talk that I gave this morning, you guys are being handsomely rewarded, because I don't want to go on too much, but it was absolutely golden, right? Absolutely golden. Real time. Before it happened and watching it happen now. So this is going to be a big day. Hopefully you guys listened and saw what I was talking about, and you can now see obviously that taking place. And this is why I'm not taking any off, because I don't have targets, because you're still in such large extensions. That long completion is still like 23,900. So we're now 2 times ATRing up. So yeah, this is just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You're at the RTH halfway back short. I think if you can break 764s, it's probably worth maybe taking a pinch off. But I'm going to try and see if I can ride this up to the 79% fade long, at least to about 780s. In fact, 746, I will take just 5 off at 746. 746, and then it'll be these double top highs at 820s. Sorry, 810s. And then I will have targets at around 860s, 870s. And this is why I'm using micros as well. Perfect example. So that will be hopefully a really, really good trade. Should be about at least $4,500 per account. Be a pretty wild trade. Down 720 to then be up about 3.7 net, maybe more. I don't know, I haven't worked it out, but either way, this will be we're currently up 90 points so far. If it goes to the last target, that will be that'd be 210 points. No, is that right? 110 points. I can barely read. Yeah, it'd be 200 points. Yeah, 200 points. Damn, son. I mean, to be honest, guys, if I had had better execution this morning and never fumbled the bag here, just think how much of a sick trade this would have been, right? My entry was initially at 660s, which was here, right? That was my initial entry. So the market went down an extra 38, 40 points. Just trying to think, would I have got a better entry? I think maybe this is the RTH halfway back short, so you are getting a reaction on that at the moment, which I'm not surprised. Yeah, the fact we've reacted on that so viciously, this is going to go either one or two ways now, so I'm not even going to take that off there. Yeah, I'm trying to think, could I have got a better entry? I don't think I could. I mean, potentially 46s, but that would have still been about instead of about 20 points of drawdown, 25 points of drawdown, but obviously up, 100 points, 120 points. So this is why I don't scalp, because for the most part the market is random, right? So 20, 30 points is nothing on the NQ. As you can see, I don't think I could have got a better entry there, and I'm aware that it would have been 46s. The best entry I could have got was 46s. So this is why you have to be aware of movements on the NQ in terms of stop losses. But anyway, I will jump back on at about 10:30, give it 10 minutes, and see where we are. I think it's a good idea. But just off a side note here, we are about to finish. We're about to close the half an hour candle here, so I am going to try and take some profits off in this area, just because I think we may just chop around for the next half an hour. So I'm just going to take some off at 46s. In fact, I'm already at it. So 46s, just to take some off. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit more off at 46. 46s, just because that is that 62% retracement. And then, I mean, I kind of want to say I want to be done, but I'll stick around. But yeah, we've come right up into that 62% retracement on the overnight, which probably means we obviously take out the highs. That's probably a given, but I don't know for sure. So just got 5 left. So I'm just going to take these off. So I'm up 1,000 and I've got 1,000 unrealized. Part of me wants to just take this as a win, but I also want to just trust the system. Yeah, I just want to try and see if I can get at least, I think a push into 780s, and then I'm probably going to cook some food and just take a small break. The thing is, I do hate these kind of trades though, because I'm up. It's like, is it really worth chasing an extra 20 points for it potentially? I'm not saying it's going to, but if the market came all the way back down to my stop, it's like, is it really worth it? And I don't think it is, so I'm going to take it there. $2,127. Beautiful trade. Absolutely beautiful. These are my setups. These are my setups. Right, let's break it down. Absolute textbook. Right. Let me just make sure my screen's on. Beautiful. Right, let's break that down. And this was the lesson this morning in terms of value, right? I was saying there was no value here, and my screen is the same in terms of I left the micros on just to show you. So I was breaking down where value was from the daily high to high, and those anchored VWAPs in conjunction with those fibs just worked out really well, because we had no value. Like when we opened up and we were at that negative 62 from last week. That is this draw here, right? We opened up running into that, which is never bullish, right? Never bullish. I know you guys know that, but like, it just isn't bullish. So I said, let's just wait for the smart buy zone down here, which is what? It is the same anchor new high, which is the 38. Okay, that is that 660s. So that's one confirmation. 2 confirmation is the anchored VWAP, which is from the high, basically from that anchor. Okay, that is also 660s. And 2, it was the overnight highs of all of this congestion here, right? Which is just a small point, but basically you gave back all of CPI, which is discount. And the third thing for me was there's 4 and 5 things, which are the trends, right? For me, I have these 2 trend lines on here that I like to see, and that lined up perfectly with all of that support, right? So that is 5 or 6 confirmations for me. Again, the NQ is still bullish on the daily as well, so that's another one. So anyway, needless to say, that is the idea, or that was the reasoning behind the long, and of course it worked out perfectly. Now, tricky one for me, because I didn't actually have targets, because with a trade like this, it gets a little bit tricky unless you're using just fixed ATMs, which typically I do, but I was trying to go for a bit of a bigger move. Now, if we go to the 1 minute time frame, I don't think, I know we did trade a traditional. So we traded a full traditional down on the 1 minute time frame, which then went same anchor new high. So I think you most likely get a move into that negative 62, which is 776, which is still 30 points above. So I imagine that trades. It might even trade by the time I talk about it, but that's probably where we're going to go to based on this current extension that we're in. I was pretty much taking profits at obviously the 23 here. So your original traditional down here, and the high to high from that hasn't yet traded. So the only extension for me is the traditional into same anchor new high. This, you could argue, is a high to high, which has traded. Okay, with completions again into 770s. So we'll see. It's trying to complete as I'm talking now. So yeah, we'll see if that completes. But that was the trade breakdown. If there's any questions, let me know. I'll probably add this to the masterclass as a breakdown video. Again, traditional into a same anchor new high, into a high to high, and you can see pretty much from the low, you're up 130 points, which is just beautiful. And again, you've still got long completion area all the way up into 900s, which is 140 points away. So really nice way to start the day. And I don't really want to be giving back any profit, so I'll be quite tight on my trades that I take up. I just go down to 5 lots on the micros instead of 15, and see if we can get anything else. I think if you can get above the overnight highs and yesterday's highs, there's probably a valid break and retest, as I mentioned, from all of this stuff to the left. But anyway, most of you should have had a pretty good day, and let's fill that success channel up. I don't like donkeys. I don't like seeing animals in working environments, so can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. But no, on a serious note, I don't know if anyone else is the same. I don't necessarily work anymore in terms of a job, but obviously this is my job. But it is fucking stressful doing this as a profession. Like, it really is. Like, I do a lot of swing trades on the side as well, and like I have big P&L swings, and it is very, very. I don't really speak to Danny about it much because some things I just rather not tell her. But like, yeah, sometimes I feel like you just need to get away. Like next week, I'm going away with Danny from Friday, so I'll still be Monday to Thursday. But I genuinely feel like each quarter you need to reward yourself with something because, I mean, obviously I don't need to trade the size I trade, but I like it. So, but it is also very stressful. So I think it is good to every quarter or at least every 6 months go away or do something. So if anyone would be interested in doing, I'm not going to charge anyone. You can pay for your own tickets and whatnot yourself. But I will probably make an announcement that I will be going, I don't know, Greece or Tenerife or anyway, I don't know, somewhere around there, Spain or Italy or something like that. And then if anyone wants to come along, we'll just have to try and plan it accordingly to make sure, like, location, dates and stuff like that. But if we can try and coincide it with trading as well, that would be great, because then we could do whatever the time zone is, trade from 9 EST to 11, and then go and enjoy the day, right? So I won't bring my partner or anything like that. It'll just be me, and then obviously any traders that want to come along. So if you're interested, we'll figure something out whenever that will be, maybe in the next month or two, maybe 3 or 4 months away. We'll see what everyone's like. But there's quite a few of you now getting consistent payouts, so hopefully should be something doable. And if there's any suggestions, let me know in the general chat and we can obviously go through it. But yeah, beautiful trade this morning. Again, waited patiently and executed perfectly. Well, perfectly. Obviously, I missed, I went long here, got stopped and then back in. But again, I'm not perfect, right? I'm not perfect. Grimsby and Blackpool. Yeah. Now, I think Greece would be really nice, or although I'm going to go to Greece with Danny, but either Italy, Mallorca. I don't know. Some people can throw some suggestions if they're interested, and we'll figure something out.